Hey, what's up, everybody? Jonathan here, and today we're going over an email that I received. Hi, Jonathan. What's the best way to learn how to become an instructor? I'm totally new to instructing. What do you think works best? When you're a new instructor, the thing that you really need to focus on are your cues and the timer. You want to set everybody up, direct them, and instruct them to execute the exercise. Another way to practice getting better at cues and teaching is to watch videos. You can watch my videos, which I'll link some around the video and down below in the description. And you can also just type in Xformer workouts, Lagree workouts, Pilates workouts. Just study everything because you'll learn from different instructors how they cue and how they go about setting up somebody in the proper position to start off an exercise. So for example, this is how I start off a class if I were to start with abs and core. I'll say, okay, everybody, we're going to go to the front of the machine facing the back platform for a reverse plank to pike. You're going to kneel down on the carriage and then first, hands on the carriage, up onto your toes on the front platform, legs and feet together. When you cue very simply. Think about them as fourth graders, as children, and make it very simple. When I started modern Pilates, they would teach me an exercise and say, hinge from the shoulders. So I know that a door hinges by swiveling in and out, but like at the time when I'm holding positions and I'm nervous in class and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, when someone says hinge from the shoulders, I'm just stuck. I was just stuck on it and I couldn't get over like, okay, now I just got to look around and just try my very best to figure it out. So what I do in an ab wheel or wheelbarrow is I'll say, push the carriage forward, hands past your shoulders, then pull the carriage back in until your hands are underneath your shoulders. That seems a little bit easier, in my opinion, than saying hinge from the shoulders. That's not to say that it's wrong, but you want to try cueing different ways to see what your audience or your clients resonate with more. Then after some time, you'll see what works most with people. And if you have time during an exercise, you can cue it a different way. You don't want to get stuck on trying to say a bunch of things. You just need to set them up, have them hold, then set the timer and tell them to push or pull or hinge or whatever it is that you want to cue yourself. Using the timer, I've noticed that some people will use a seconds app or an interval timer app. When I host teacher training, I teach everybody something called the 2-minute method. Each exercise is 2 minutes, and what you do is you use that 2 minutes to literally teach the one exercise however you'd like. And in order to really figure out what's doable, I challenge you as the instructor to perform your own exercises. Not only your own exercises, but also your whole routine. It's not only to see if it's manageable and doable. It's also to check the flow, to make sure that they don't go back and forth or up and down or change their springs too often. It's also to make sure that you're not in certain angles or exercises for too long that are going to start to irritate people's lower back, people's hip flexors, or just having them in a position for too long that it's just plain boring for them. Another way to get better as an instructor is to teach yourself on camera, for that matter. Even if you don't have a machine and you're just at home, get down on the floor and practice. Hands on the front platform, knees on the carriage, legs and feet together, or left foot on the front platform, right toe behind you on the first white line next to the carriage strap, meet knee low and hold, or coming up together in 3, 2, and 1. Exhale as you go up, breathe in as you go down. Things like that. If you're able to teach yourself on the machine, you're literally going through the different steps in order to execute the exercise, which will then help you cue things a lot better. I say hands, knees, toes, right? But some people I've trained do knees, hands, toes. They say knees here first, hands here second, and everything else after. There's no wrong or right way. Whatever works for you is fine. However, keep in mind that just because it works for you or you think that it works, that it's going to work all the time with all different types of people. Read the room. Next one, don't ever feel rushed. If you use the 2-minute method, I understand that 2 minutes is not a long time, but when you're teaching a class, 2 minutes is a long time, because if you just cue them where to put their hands, knees, and toes and then how to push and pull, that's like 15 seconds and you literally have a ton of time left. Stand there, look around to see who's having a lot of trouble, then move. Or if you start to move, start from one end of the room and then slowly walk to the other end. A lot of things will happen when you start teaching. You're going to become a better communicator. You're going to be more self-aware. You're going to be able to read the room. But we cannot get better at these things unless we practice it. If you're shy, you're never going to get better. You're never going to get confident if you keep practicing to be shy. If you stay in the corner. If you feel afraid to touch people for form correction. If you feel bad for telling people what to do, you're an instructor. You should be commanding. You should be telling them. You should be saying what you want them to do to keep them safe and to perform the exercise. Those are my tips at getting better as a Pilates, Lagree, Xformer, whatever reformer instructor. If you ever have any questions, reach out to me. My email, my contact information is all out there. I'll leave it up top or in the description so that you have a place where you can ask questions. And if you ask me these questions, I'm able to make content and help so many other people. You're never bothering me. I wouldn't offer my assistance if I couldn't and if I didn't want to. I want every instructor to be the best that they can be so that they can be a better version of themselves, and so that they can help people be better versions of themselves. So keep up the good work, and I'll leave you with this. Ask yourself, do I do my best every day? And if the answer is yes, then you never have to question yourself if you're good enough. Every day, practice. Remind yourself that you're strong, confident, and you can achieve anything that you want. You just have to believe it, and you just have to tell yourself. Thank you for your time. Your likes, your subscriptions, your shares would greatly help push my content to other people. I appreciate the consideration. I thank you for your time. I'll see you next time.